How's it going, everybody? I'm back at Abernathy Farm. This time I'm going to be building a house for McCready. So, I know that McCready is a mercenary, that he runs with the gunners and stuff like that, and gunners tend to work from higher up places. So, I went ahead and gave McCready his own kind of sniper tower. Um, but also I kind of put a house in it, so it did make it a little bit more interesting to build. Because although it's one building, I tried to make it like separate, or although it's one structure, I tried to make it separate buildings kind of, and I do that just by not having them connected. Like it's not like the entrance. There's only one entrance, like the stairs go all the way up to the third floor because there are 3 floors. But I apologize for the length of this video. It is very long, and that's just because this build took forever. And you'll notice like a ton of cuts and like just quick seconds of me doing something. And that's because I had to cut out so much of me fixing things and so much of me just making mistakes and stuff like that. So like you'll notice that a lot of these things, it's like one click and then things are fixed, and you'll notice things kind of just magically appear correct. And it's because this video, after I had even cut it up to all the pieces, was like half an hour long, and I didn't want to post a half-hour long video because nobody has time to watch a half hour of me building something. So I just decided to cut it down as much as I could. I'm sorry if you guys feel like that leaves out a lot for you guys, but I tried to leave in each piece of the build. So like every single time that I found, or every single time I placed something onto the tower, I would leave it on, and I would leave it in. And I tried to cut out as much of the menu scrolling and just fidgeting with objects. So like if I place something and then move it later. So you'll notice that like I get everything in this first try. I don't really have to correct a whole lot. This first beginning part, I did leave these in, I guess, but you'll notice as the video goes on, there are more and more cuts and more like fade in, fade out, or fade out, fade in, whatever. And I apologize for that. Also, I want to talk to you guys about the channel. So, you guys probably have noticed that I've been uploading less frequently. Just life has just like hit me like a brick wall recently, and it was like I was running and I just ran into a brick wall. And so, a couple things. I just am tired of doing videos other than Fallout. I feel like the amount of effort that I have to put into a video that's not Fallout isn't worth the amount of like traffic that I get to those videos. So uh, for now, there will be some videos on occasions of me playing other games. It's just whatever I'm in the mood to play, I guess, or whatever you guys ask me to. If you guys are interested in something specific, you can always request that I play something, and I'll look into it, and I may play it. But as of right now, I'm gonna stick to Fallout because I know that that's what a majority of you guys are here to watch. And so also, thank you guys for 100 subs. It blows my mind. I'm at almost 120 now. So I think last time I checked I was at 114, but I mean that's close enough. Uh, it kind of blows my mind that there's that many of you guys watching my videos. I really try to work hard on every single build, and each build takes me a long time. And I appreciate you guys actually watching and giving me feedback. Like I see people comment all the time, and I always appreciate you guys giving me feedback on my builds and also on just my content. And it's nice to see you guys being active in the comments, and it's nice to see how many of you guys are watching. A couple of my videos have gone, I mean, over 100 views, 200 views, and it shocks me to see a video on my channel with that many views. It kind of blows my mind, and I just appreciate it a lot, guys. But as I said, I can tell that you guys are really interested in the Fallout videos, so that's what I'm going to primarily post from now on. Also, the amount of content on my channel is going to be going down, mainly just because I don't think that I give myself enough time between videos to really get the most out of a video. So what I mean by that is that if I'm posting 5 videos a week, which before that, even for about 2 weeks when I first started uploading, it was just every day for about 2 weeks, and I realized that that is really difficult. And whenever I had talked to my wife about how much content I upload, she was just saying that, like, how do you expect to upload that often? And I was like, I'll be able to do it. I've got plenty of, like, old saves that I can show. But when I go back to my old saves, I really don't think that there's anything that interesting compared to, like, what I build now that I'd really want to show you guys. A lot of those builds are things that I just saw, and I started going back and looking at them and began to realize that they're not nearly like any of my newer builds, and I don't think that they're really worth showing. But if you guys would be interested in those, I'd be happy to show you guys some of my older builds. There is a specific build that I'm gonna end up doing a video on because I really kind of want to recreate that build, and I'm excited to attempt it, but I'd really like to hear you guys' feedback on that, like if you guys would be interested in that. But as I was saying, the content on the channel is going to start to be lower. There's going to be less videos per week because I think that an extra day between videos and no videos on the weekend really helps, I think, get the most out of each video before you're given another one, because I don't want to like flood everybody's subscription feed and sub boxes with just tons of videos that they're not going to watch. And also just some of the other content, like I said, I'm going to stick primarily with Fallout 4 and occasionally post something else like outside of that schedule. I think that I'm going to start doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday like I did last week, and then this week as well. And then I'm going to upload on the Wednesdays. I'm going to try to either upload 3 builds a week or like a mod review or possibly another game. So I think Wednesdays will be my like chance to post something different than Fallout 4. Because I still want to kind of expand the channel from Fallout 4 to other games, but I realize that that's what you guys want to watch, so I want to give you guys what you want to watch. And I'm going to get back to the build now, because I've been rambling forever. And so, as you can see, I kind of like, the front entrance is super weird. I made the bottom floor come out an extra spot because I couldn't get the stairwell inside to work, and none of the walls would snap because that first set of walls that I put on were actually backwards, and it was really frustrating, and it just was like impossible to fix the rest of the build. And so all I'm doing is making it look a little bit more reinforced. The inside, the upstairs is kind of shorter. It's not a very big area, but I'm just going to use that for a bed. And then I used the concrete little walkway as the front porch. And then I went ahead and added cinder block stairs on both sides as well. So hopefully the AI don't have too much trouble pathing all of this. And I used scaffolding to get to the third floor, if you guys didn't notice. Just from me talking, I'm probably sidetracking everyone from the whole video. Or hopefully you guys are able to focus on the video and I'm not just annoying you. But like I said, scaffolding on the side. And then I didn't want it to be out that far, but I really couldn't like prevent it from being out that far. I really wanted it to be kind of a tight staircase up there, but I did not know how to really get it to do that. So what I do is I just end up placing scaffolding all the way up and then just some rails on this. And instead of like a regular door, I went ahead and used the junk fence door way facing outwards, so that looks a little bit supported and a little bit more interesting than the doorway downstairs. And then I go ahead and start bordering this off. I board it all up. And a huge issue that I had was the gaps that I left in the roofs. And you saw it earlier with the downstairs around the front. You have to fill those one spot gaps, and it's really hard to do because the only objects you have are with CVA. So custom vanilla assets adds in the basic like structures tab, the one that's not in USO. It adds these individual pieces of roof, and they also have some floors, and you can get different heights. So like they're slanted to like a 10-degree radius, 30-degree, 60, 90, whatever. And so I just go ahead and I place anywhere, or I use place anywhere to place these into the smaller gaps because I had nothing else to really fill those gaps. And I'm glad that I have those from that mod because they look a lot better than trying to fill it up some other way. I'm sure that I could have used, I don't know, maybe plywood or something like that. But I think that they look really good, especially on the lower level, how I have them kind of at an angle. And that was to also help with the stairwell because I couldn't get through the stairwell with a floor up there or with anything flat. So that was to really just to help me be able to use the stairwell. And AI do path all of this build because I didn't really use anything that's not like vanilla game assets besides, I mean, the doorway and that front porch, and that was one of the only things that I thought that maybe they'd have a problem pathing, but they really don't. McCready, you'll notice in the tour, I make sure that he's up in the top story in the like sniper area. And the tour's coming up, and right here I just wanted to make it look a little bit more supported because I thought that it didn't quite look as supported as it should from that end because it kind of is holding up a whole area and quite a bit of weight, and it's almost finished. The tour will be coming up here in a moment. But I think that looks a lot better. So here's the final tour. And I really like that it's just such an odd shape for a building. Um, it's a tower, but I think that it looks kind of interesting how the top floor isn't really connected to the bottom floor, even though it's still like all one building, and then it's really supported on the left side, and it just really looks built up. Like, I really like those supports. I thought that that turned out fantastic, and I wish that I had a better way to get up to the third floor, but I really couldn't find a more interesting way. I thought that that was probably the most efficient way to really get up there, but I really like this whole build. I thought it turned out fantastic. Um, I believe I go in the bottom story first. Yeah, so like I said, the upstairs is a bedroom. And that's a modular couch. You get all the pieces separate and you have to put it together, like the armrest and the bottom of the couch. But I put some food, some beer, smokes, uh, stuff like that, all in the downstairs, just an area for him. And then upstairs, I got some Wasteland survival guides right there, just kind of a throwback to Fallout 3, where McCready originated. Because Moria Brown, I don't think ever sent you to Little Lamplight, but still, same game. He's from the Capital Wasteland. I'm sure that he had to deal with them. Had to deal with the Wasteland Survival Guide at one point, or Moria Brown, because of how annoying she is. Also, another thing, the no Mungo sign right there. Just because being from Little Lamplight, I thought that that was a pretty funny reference. Use the workshop decorations pack to place all of these shelves down and the table. And then I have him on a vendor rug with some, looks like jet and beers and stuff. And little sniper's nest for him. And then just tons of ammo, other stuff that he may need while he's up here. But like I said, I had a lot of fun with this build. I thought it was a very interesting structure. It was very difficult to build, and I apologize for the really lengthy video. As always, I appreciate all the support. I really hope you guys enjoyed the build, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.